Okay, I hope you haven't entered a new universe after reading all that information, but hopefully you've understood most of it. And most of you have it. If you're in production environments, if you're in manufacturing environments, you do a lot of root cause analysis, a lot of RCA. So I'm sure you've encountered those different kinds of problem solving, but this is how we're going to integrate it. So let's go to our portfolios of evidence. All right, we're going to go to our portfolios of evidence. Okay. Now I want to take us from the beginning of this little section. So remember, we wanted to move into productivity analysis. Okay, so we're going to look at what are the problems that we're facing, what are the single problems to our productivity, and you're going to go through that. Now you've decided on one factor that you're going to choose. You're going to do that. You're going to gather your data. You're going to use different tools to be able to gather that data, and you're going to put all of the evidence over there. Now, based on that, you're going to use a problem-solving technique to unpack it. Okay, so I spoke about an example, which is unskilled labor. So now I can decide, okay, we're going to brainstorm this. So we have unskilled labor, and because of that, a lot of them are battling to grasp the basic understanding of how to put widgets and thingamajig together. And so how are we going to do that? Well, maybe we're going to have training programs for an hour every week. That's going to be our solution. Or you might say, you know what, we're going to upskill these guys with numeracy and literacy. We're going to do a ABET program, and that's going to be the start of their learning journey. Maybe you have a flow chart and you say, actually, you know what, as we're going through this, we know that they need other kind of training. And so it needs to be very technical training, and we're going to put them on a technical learnership for a year. So what is your solution based on the problem solving? And so the problem solving, I want you to take notes. I want you to put the flow chart down, or the fishbone, or the brainstorming notes. That's going to be in this section here. Once you've done that, you're going to go, okay, so while we did that, what did we discover? Well, we discovered that, even though our guys are unskilled, they're incredibly good at practical things. So what we're going to do is we're going to use practical training once a week, and that's going to be the way that we do things. What recommendations can you make based on your problem solving process? Okay, on Tuesdays from 9 until 10, we're going to do certain training programs, and that's going to help us to be able to deal with the underlying semi-skilled labor or the unskilled labor. All right, now we're going to implement it. Okay, so plan prepared by Johnny Johnson. You put your signature, the plan objective. In 3 months' time, we are going to roll out Tuesday mornings, where we're going to be doing practical trainings on how to put thingamajig and whatchamacallit together. How do you plan to monitor or measure this? Well, we're going to have a weekly catch-up. We're going to have reports. We're going to send out emails. We're going to have training material sent out. And at the end of the year, they're going to do a practical exam. That's how you monitor or measure it. You're going to tell me all the steps. Okay, speak to the HR manager, set up a time, find a venue, put together the curriculum. So all of these activities are going to be listed over there. Tell me who's the person responsible for each of those steps. What resources will they require? What estimated improvement do you think that we'll have because we put those things in place? What are the contingencies? If you have a COVID-19 outbreak and you cannot all gather in a venue, how are you going to be able to do it? By when do you want to do those steps or activities, and what is the actual improvement achieved? Now, it won't be on every single line, but at the bottom, maybe you say, hey, you know what, there's been a 3% increase in terms of productivity over the last 3 months. That's fantastic. So that's what you're going to put together. Again, underneath here, you're going to put your team name. Okay, so what are the names of the people that operate with you? Make them sign, put down a date. And there you go. Page 56 and 57, 58 are now done. And so well done on you. You now understand how to solve a problem, and you are able to incorporate that into an activity, into some kind of action plan that allows you to move forward. Okay, so write something down. under those different areas in your portfolio. And when you're finished with that, you come back to the next video.